Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Matt here from Grit Technologies, and today we are going to be talking about probably the single best solution when it comes to protecting your organization from a full-on network disaster. Whether it's caused by hardware, whether it's caused by a fire, natural disaster, or even ransomware. So not too long ago, one of our clients actually experienced something that they never thought they would have to experience, and that is that their server went completely down, which was due to actually flooding of their facility. Now their data and their work operations continued to work flawlessly in the interim, and that's because they had a disaster recovery plan in place. So no matter what methods, if any, your enterprise currently uses or ultimately decides to use, a really good technology disaster recovery plan will have three core pieces. By themselves, each of these pieces falls short, but together forms a best-in-class solution that'll help you sleep better at night. These three core pieces are local backup, cloud backup, and virtualization, and we're going to cover all three in just a minute. So let's start with number one, which is a local backup. So a local backup is something that you're probably very familiar with, as it's the simplest way to replicate your data. We've all backed up files on a thumb drive, so that's basically what a local backup drive is. From a network perspective, a local backup is data backed up on disks that are housed on site or nearby. If in the event of a server failure, data can be restored from this drive, and because they're stored locally, they do feature faster backup and restore times because they are right on site with the server. Because these backups are in the same physical location as their source, they are vulnerable to the same threats as the source is exposed to, such as fires, floods, and other natural disasters. Now, an older solution to combat this problem was to take these backups off-site to another location periodically. However, there are issues with this, as it does require someone to routinely take these off-site, which can be labor-intensive and susceptible to human and hardware error. Since they are generally never checked to make sure that the backups are good, most businesses don't have a regular routine of making copies and then taking them off-site. It could be a week or more in between. This means if something did happen to your current backup, then you could lose over a week's worth of data or even possibly more. This leads us to our second key component, which is having a cloud backup. Now, a cloud backup is an online backup that is stored off-site in a remote location. Unlike local backups, cloud backups are managed by a third party. The use of a cloud backup service tends to be more easily scalable than a local backup and is accessible from anywhere you have a cellular or internet connection. And because it's off-site, your data won't be impacted by another on-site disaster. A disadvantage to a cloud backup, however, is that it can be slower to restore than a local backup, as it moves data over the internet to and from an off-site data center. Some may also have security concerns with the use of public or private clouds, given your data is in the hands of a third party. Generally, this isn't a huge concern because most of these facilities do have built-in failovers with redundancy and also have restricted access. With either option, local or cloud, neither of them alone can help with the downtime a company will experience when a server crashes or the business is impacted by a natural disaster. Sure, you might have all your data, but how are you going to use that data when all the applications that you had were running on that server with no other available hardware to use? That brings us to number three on our list, which is virtualization. Even though your data might be secured and available on a local or cloud backup, new business class server hardware can take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks to procure, leaving an affected business at a standstill if they don't have another means to run their applications. Having a way to keep business operations running is going to be a vital part of your disaster recovery plan. Previously, a solution that some used was using a secondary server for redundancy. If one of the servers experienced a failure of some type, then the other server can take over, which sounds good in theory. There are a few downsides, one of which is proximity to the host, as it is the same physical location and subject to the same physical risks. But there is a solution that does offer local and cloud storage, as well as local and cloud server virtualization, providing all three core pieces in one complete package. This solution is what most of our clients use, and that solution is called Datto. Datto series devices take all three of these elements which we talked about, local, cloud, and virtualization, and offers them in one complete package, giving you confidence that all your data is stored safely, securely, and remains accessible to your organization if in the event of a server failure of some type. Datto also provides backup verification, giving 100% confidence by daily verifying backups will boot with all data intact and no ransomware. So that's a quick look at arguably the best solution when it comes to keeping your business running if in the event of a server failure or a natural disaster of some type. If you have any questions about the Datto product or looking to maybe implement Datto in your business, feel free to give us a like, leave a comment, or find us on our website at grittechs.com. That is all for now, and I will see you in the next video.